Welcome to the Entrepreneur module. In this module, we're going to explore some of the ideas behind building an entrepreneur type permaculture business. And one of the main drivers for this really is that to create that kind of regenerative foodscapes and do the work we need to do in permaculture, there's not many work opportunities that we can just walk straight into. A lot of the opportunities and a lot of the growth and the development that needs to occur will come on the back of actually business opportunities that we can set up ourselves. So it's a good idea to kind of review a little bit of the landscape of the business development entrepreneurship kind of landscape and pull out from that some of the inspirations and ideas that could help develop a thriving permaculture business. So there's a couple of ideas I've jotted down that we'll work through, and there's some extra resources in the ebook and in some support videos too to just map out that landscape a little bit and provide some inspiration. So some of the main things really is to find the niche of a particular skill set that you can be really good at and you can refine further through practice and development that meets a certain demand within the market. So it's an alignment between your own values and your own abilities and your own skills with a particular opportunity within the market that you can provide that as a service or as some sort of product to that market. So that depends on two things really. It depends on knowing what you enjoy doing and what you're good at doing, and also really mapping out what the opportunities are in the market and identifying the opportunities within it that align with the best of your skill set and making that alignment. Also a bit about the vision. So having a big vision, having something that you identify as of value and is going to create a valuable service or a valuable product that's really going to improve the lives of others. So trying to think a little bit outside of yourself and see it through the perspective of others and think about how your service or how your product is really going to improve their lives and really add value to their lives, and really having that as your core idea behind the development of your business. So how can your skill set really improve the value of people's lives? And it helps too, I think, to wrap it up with some of the ideas of the permaculture, so the earth care, the people care and the fair share, and have that value set to really help formulate and identify the opportunities within the population and within the market where you can improve their lives and improve it in a way that really aligns with the permaculture principles of earth care, people care and fair share. So how can you provide a service that really helps enrich the environment, enrich the lives of others, and creates a surplus that can be shared amongst people? So permaculture is really a great skill and a great business opportunity to be able to do that. So it's primarily around creating abundant and diverse and regenerative landscapes, and it's those very same landscapes that are going to enrich the lives of people, create an abundance of resources that will have lots of downstream impacts as far as providing value to people's lives. Once you've identified what your service or what your product is going to be, and you've drawn out the value of the permaculture principles to really target the vision of that business and to help scale the vision of that business and draw upon all the principles of permaculture to help think about how that can grow your vision and grow the growth of your business. So how can things like valuing diversity and the edges of systems and creating beneficial connections between systems, how can all the ideas of the principles of permaculture help really grow and develop the vision of your business and provide further value to your customers through the services and the products you provide? So once you've kind of gone through those steps, it really helps to think about how you're going to reach your market. So storytelling is a great art for being able to market your business, and increasingly now with the growth of online content, videos looked at as a good way to be able to storytell, so that you can invest more of your creativity and your own energy and your own inspiration into your storytelling medium. So it's not just writing something, it's not some static image, it's something dynamic, it's something expressive that you can express your vision and your philosophies of your business to help connect with your audience. So it really helps to create an online presence behind your business that's rich in storytelling video content that helps draw people into the service and the product you provide, and help communicate the value of what that service or product holds to their lives. So as far as creating that website goes, it's often good to have a structure within that website where on the front page you really help, you really explain the vision and the purpose of your business, but also provide value to the customers. So you're trying to create that connection with your market through providing lots of value to them. And a good way to build up the business side or the ability to provide that product that you ultimately want to sell to your customers to them is to, within that first homepage of your website, try to capture their email or some other contact point with them, so that you have some way to reach them in the future and to be able to build upon the value that you can provide to them. So there's different ways to do that, but often by creating some very low cost or free service to them or product to them that they need to subscribe to you to be able to get, that's a good way to first establish that connection, and then you can build upon that connection with adding further value to them, to build up a rapport with that customer base, to establish a level of trust and support of the vision of your company with the customers that will help develop a good relationship for future business. So it really helps within the structure of the website to have that in mind, to think about how you're going to establish that connection, how you're going to add value to them, and how you're going to help build up that relationship that will act as the platform for future business opportunities. So it's good to really have that website platform quite streamlined, quite clear in its communication and its intention. So having your products there, having the way to connect with them and either obtain their email or some other contact, and not be too cluttered or complicated, be quite streamlined around that. And then through further contacts with them, you can help, you can bring further value to them and provide further access to other parts of your website that might hold other content that might be of value to them. But if you just present all that content to them initially, it can be quite distracting, and it can result in lost time doing other things that don't necessarily help make that connection that you can build up further, where we can strengthen that relationship with. Other ways to market and reach your customer base is really focusing on your local context, and particularly as far as the feedback of your product or your service goes, to really connect strongly with your local market to get that valuable feedback. Because often it's those interpersonal relationships where you can really get that feedback that will help grow the quality of your product or the quality of your service. And it's really those direct personal communications that provide the most value as far as the refinement of your service and product go. And some good ways to market locally could be things like having a presence at a local field day where some range of your product or your service is on offer. There may be some free giveaways to gauge interest and create that initial connection. But to have that kind of presence within your local community helps kind of establish yourself as being being there in your community and offer you the opportunity to network and talk to people within your community that might have valuable feedback and guidance towards the development of your business. Also, as far as marketing business opportunities, it's often quite valuable, particularly in permaculture type businesses, to direct flyer, where you can directly market, or you can directly see the properties or businesses within your particular area that might have the best interest in your service, and directly flyer them or directly approach them to build that relationship with them. The last thing worth saying is just the growth opportunities that are out there now with the interest in entrepreneurial type ventures and the amount of resources that are out there to support those ventures and their development. And it's a bit of a double-edged sword, that one. There's a lot of support, there's a lot of resources, there's a lot of training opportunities available, but there's also a lot more people entering into the field, there's a lot more competition, and there's a lot more people kind of trying to fulfill the same niche opportunities as far as the development of entrepreneurial opportunities go. And it really comes down to your abilities to access those resources, to be able to align yourself to suitable training and surround yourself with the support that will help grow your business opportunities and progress things in a continuously positive way. And also to be aware of some of the challenges and some of the pitfalls towards developing a business. The main one normally is financial, where generally it's considered that within the first 2 years of the growth of a business, there's very little financial return during that stage. So to be able to build some support around that before entering into that business venture. So it's either some funding opportunity or some investment of capital or reduction of costs or support from family that will help reduce your costs so that you can invest more in the development of that business, with the understanding that at least during the first few years, where there's a lot of development, there's a lot of trial, and there's a lot of growth in the connection with your market and establishing that flow of business,